Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Scott and welcome to the Fandom Pastor, which can be found on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, or podcast. The Fandom Pastor is for all of us who love our fandoms and our faith. Fandoms are anything that somebody has a deep love for. Harry Potter, Broadway musicals, cult films, to name just a few. Join the Fandom Pastor as we see how God is connected to it all. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey all, this is Pastor Brandon with our next episode of the Fandom Pastor. We started a new series last time entitled Lessons from the Arcade, and our clue from last time is that the ancestor of this game was a French game called Bagatelle. I could have mispronounced that, so I apologize. But the answer is we're talking about the pinball machine. Now, as I mentioned before, I spent more than a little bit of money and more than a little bit of time at the arcade pumping quarters into those machines. Now, I played pinball, but it certainly wasn't necessarily my favorite game. I was more of a video game kind of guy, but I did spend a lot of time playing pinball games as well. I enjoyed the pinball games, and especially when you had certain ones that were part of a particular brand. The Adams Family I know is a popular one, and then I know there was one I saw that had the Universal Studio Monsters on it, and it was just a fun kind of game, and people got very competitive on these. Interestingly enough, these were at one point banned because people were betting on these, on scores and everything, and so it was considered a form of gambling. But uh, we know that a pinball game requires a lot of eye-hand coordination. You have to really pay attention about what was going on, where the flippers were, where the bumpers were, all of those different things, and how to get the highest score, and how could you increase your score. And so you had to be very, very aware of where everything was. You had to be aware of the surroundings of the ball, and you know, if I shoot the ball into this particular section, where will it come out at? And so you have to be very, very aware, and this is very much like life. uh, 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16 says, watch your life and doctrine closely, persevere in them, because if you do, you will save both yourselves and your hearers. You have to be aware of what's going on. You have to take stock of your resources. You have to take stock of your opportunities, and God wants us to be wary, to be aware and wary. Watch ourselves, watch our lives, watch how we handle things, and how we move about in the world that He's created, and so that we don't cause others to stumble, so that we don't cause ourselves to stumble, and that we serve Him in whatever way we can, so we can be aware of those opportunities that are placed before us, opportunities to serve Him, opportunities to serve Him by serving others. And if we're only focused on our own little world, our own little perspective, we can miss out on those opportunities. But God wants us to be able to pay attention. God wants us to be able to notice what is going on, and so I encourage you to do the exact same thing. Pay attention. Make Pay attention to your life. Pay attention to what you say, what you do, because there are uh, not only others watching, but it can cause again ourselves to stumble. So next time we continue our lessons from the arcade series, and our clue for next time is that this arcade game came out due to a heart bypass surgery. So, we'll see you next time, and God bless.